Over 65? To prevent muscle loss and combat sarcopenia quickly, mix this into your coffee. This is not something they want you to know. Scientists have made a discovery behind closed lab doors that has the potential to completely transform the lives of millions of elderly. 99% of seniors are unaware that their bodies lose up to 5% of their muscle mass annually beyond the age of 65. It's not typical aging. This condition, known as sarcopenia, is associated with a 2x increase in early mortality, a 64% increased risk of fatal falls, and a quicker rate of brain deterioration. The major firms don't want you to know this secret, though. What if I told you that the most effective defense against muscle loss could be your regular cup of coffee? Studies show that adding 1 scoop of a natural powder to your coffee can boost your strength by up to 43% in just 12 weeks. And it can even reverse years of muscle loss. However, hardly anyone is discussing it. While large corporations promote costly treatments, a straightforward morning routine is changing people's lives. In this video, we'll disclose 3 particular powders that, when mixed with coffee, can boost your strength, tone your muscles, and reverse the biological clock without altering your way of life. They are listed in decreasing order, ranging from helpful to completely transformative. And the top powder. More than 200% of dormant muscle-building genes are activated by it. I want to ask you 2 questions before we start. Despite continuing to be active, have you experienced a decline in your strength? Is it more difficult than it used to be to get out of a chair? Every comment is being reviewed, and we are providing tailored guidance and recommendations in response. Let's go right to the first powder and how adding a tiny bit to your coffee can transform your entire body from the inside out. The third is collagen powder. One of the most underappreciated coffee additives is collagen powder, which is revolutionary for older individuals' muscle health. The structural structure of your muscles, tendons, and joints is made of a protein called collagen. Our natural production of collagen declines with age, resulting in drooping skin, slower healing, and weaker muscles. When collagen levels are low, the scaffolding holding your muscle fibers together becomes brittle and more easily breaks down, making sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass, more severe. Collagen powder is unique because it contains the precise amino acids needed to construct and repair these muscular tissues. Glycine and proline, 2 amino acids necessary for muscle and connective tissue regeneration, are abundant in it. According to a 2021 randomized control experiment that was published in Nutrients, seniors who took 15 grams of collagen peptides every day and did little exercise saw an average gain in lean muscle mass of 9.3% over the course of 12 weeks. This is noteworthy, particularly in light of the fact that they were sedentary seniors 65 and older. Now, how you use collagen is important, since heat actually aids in its dissolution and increases its bioavailability. Stirring it into your coffee is one of the finest ways to ingest it. This indicates that it is more efficiently absorbed by your body. Hydrolyzed collagen peptides are what you want because they are broken down into smaller pieces that your body can absorb more quickly. Try to consume 10 to 15 grams daily, straight into your coffee in the morning. Here's the catch, though. A common mistake made by seniors is purchasing inexpensive collagen powders that have artificial sweeteners or other fillers, which can lead to bloating or upset stomachs. Powders with natural flavors, or maltodextrin, which are frequently artificial ingredients, must be avoided. Choose one that is unflavored, grass-fed, and has undergone purity testing. Assuming that all forms of collagen are the same is another frequent mistake. Muscle tissue particularly benefits from type 1 and type 3 collagen, which are derived from marine or bovine sources. Steer clear of collagen derived from chicken, which is mainly type 2 and healthier for joint health. It is best taken immediately after waking up, on an empty stomach, blended into hot coffee. This enables the best possible absorption before food dilutes your digestive enzymes. Additionally, avoid combining it with dairy milk, as this may hinder absorption because of the competition for calcium in the intestines. Allow me to introduce you to Margaret, a 71-year-old former Oregon school principal. She began to wake up every morning with persistent leg stiffness and weakness. She claimed that she felt as though her muscles were vanishing. She had nothing in her coffee and no protein in her breakfast when we looked at her lifestyle. We changed her light activity levels and mixed 12 grams of hydrolyzed collagen powder into her morning black coffee. She reported feeling more stable when ascending stairs and saw a noticeable improvement in muscular tone after 8 weeks. Her blood tests revealed decreased muscle breakdown and elevated collagen production indicators. Bovine collagen is a better option than marine collagen for people who are allergic to fish or shellfish. During the first few days, some people have small digestive changes, which usually go away as your body gets used to it. Consult your doctor if you're using blood thinners because collagen may have a minor impact on clotting factors. For seniors who wish to rebuild from the inside out, collagen is an essential foundational supplement, even though it may not be the most potent powder in this video. Let's go on to the next one, which is more effective and stimulates cellular muscle growth. Creatine monohydrate comes in second. Not just athletes can benefit from creatine monohydrate, one of the most studied substances in medicine. Small amounts of this natural substance can be found in red meat and fish, but when taken as a supplement, especially with coffee, it can be a potent tool in the fight against muscle loss in older adults. Sarcopenia is a breakdown of the energy supply in muscle cells, which is precisely what creatine is meant to help with. It is not just a gradual loss of strength. Your muscles store creatine as phosphocreatine, a chemical that aids in the regeneration of ATP, the energy source for muscle contraction. Our phosphocreatine stores drastically decrease with age, resulting in weakness, exhaustion, and slowed movement. Even in the absence of vigorous exercise, older adults who took creatine supplements demonstrated an average improvement of 7.7% in upper body strength and a 5.9% increase in lower body muscle mass, according to a 2022 meta-analysis published in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle. The analysis examined data from 18 randomized controlled trials. Considering that these individuals were 65 to 85 years old, it is significant. Caffeine itself is what makes creatine the ideal companion to coffee. When combined, caffeine's thermogenic action boosts the absorption of creatine into muscle cells, particularly in the morning when insulin sensitivity is at its peak. Better muscle energy, increased endurance, and faster muscle tissue repair following even little exercise such as gardening or walking are the outcomes. Start with a modest dosage of 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate mixed with black coffee first thing in the morning to ensure effective utilization. Verify that the creatine has been micronized, or broken up into tiny bits that dissolve more readily in hot liquids. Steer clear of the typical error of combining it with hot water, as this might cause it to lose its stability. Rather, allow your coffee to cool for a minute or two before adding the powder and stirring until it dissolves completely. Loading, a bodybuilding technique that entails taking large amounts early on, is a mistake to avoid. This should never be done by seniors. It causes unnecessary renal stress and frequently results in water retention. Results will appear gradually if you maintain a regular low dosage each day. Additionally, to help improve hydration and volume, creatine draws water into your muscle cells, so make sure you drink enough water throughout the day. I'd like to introduce you to James, a 68-year-old former Pennsylvania firefighter. When he was younger, James had always been active, but by the time he was 66, he had noticed that his thighs were becoming thin and that even a short stroll was exhausting. Although he was dubious about supplements, he consented to try creatine with his coffee in the morning. 3 times a week, we combined a light resistance band exercise with 5 grams of micronized creatine monohydrate. His energy had exploded by week 6. He was able to carry groceries effortlessly, go farther, and even start assisting his neighbor with yard chores. Most significantly, a subsequent DEXA scan revealed that his lower body's lean muscle mass had increased by 4.6%. That demonstrates that creatine rebuilds your muscle mass from the ground up in addition to improving performance. There aren't many precautions here, but they are crucial. Before beginning creatine, speak with your doctor if you have kidney illness. During the first week, some people have modest water retention, which is actually a good thing because it means your muscles are correctly storing the creatine. To promote the best possible kidney function, take an additional glass of water with your creatine coffee. As you now know, creatine is a real trigger for change in aged muscles since it penetrates deeper into the cell's energy systems than collagen. However, what if a powder had properties beyond structure and energy? What if there was one that, in a manner similar to turning on a biological switch, restored lost strength by activating genes that generate muscle? The next powder accomplishes just that. Leucine is number 1. The most significant powder for reversing sarcopenia is leucine alone. This vital amino acid serves as the master switch for the synthesis or construction of muscle protein. No matter how much protein you eat or how much exercise you do, your muscles simply cannot grow or retain their mass if you don't get enough leucine. Older persons are especially susceptible to muscle loss, which can be explained by the leucine threshold phenomena. What does that mean then? Our muscles become less sensitive to the anabolic cues that promote growth as we age. Persons over 65 need 3-4 grams of leucine to increase muscle protein synthesis, but young persons only need 1-2 grams. One of the main causes of sarcopenia is this elevated need, also known as anabolic resistance. The biological process that regulates muscle growth, the mTOR pathway, is how leucine functions. Like a switch, mTOR is activated when leucine levels in your blood exceed a threshold that varies based on your age. A sequence of cellular processes brought on by this activation leads to the development of new muscle tissue. Leucine supplementation enhanced muscle protein synthesis rates in older persons by 51% when compared to a placebo, according to research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. For best results, the leucine addition procedure for coffee needs to be followed precisely. Once your coffee is cool enough to drink, add 3 to 4 grams of pure L-leucine powder. In fact, leucine's mildly bitter flavor enhances the inherent bitterness of coffee. Leucine tends to float at first, so stir constantly for 45 seconds. To avoid degradation, it is important to consume this within 5 minutes of mixing. When it comes to leucine supplementation, timing is everything. The greatest blood leucine spike, which is required to overcome anabolic resistance, is produced when taken with your morning coffee on an empty stomach. To sustain this leucine surge, wait at least half an hour before breakfast. Compared to consuming leucine with food, this method has been demonstrated to enhance muscle protein synthesis by as much as 70%. Taking too little leucine is the most frequent error. A lot of protein powders only provide 1-2 grams per serving, which is less than what older folks need. Combining leucine with other amino acids at first is another mistake. Even while full proteins are crucial, leucine by itself in coffee guarantees quick absorption and optimal mTOR activation. Later in the day, you can have other proteins. Regarding the crucial safety measures, if you have a sensitive stomach, Start with 2 grams and work your way up to the entire dosage. Leucine supplements should not be taken by people who have maple syrup urine disease. Leucine can improve insulin sensitivity, so keep a close eye on your blood sugar levels if you're on diabetes medication. Although this is usually advantageous, medication changes can be necessary. James Patterson, a 74-year-old Texas firefighter who had retired, was referred to me by Dr. Sarah Williams. James could hardly make it up the stairs to his bedroom after losing 25 pounds of muscle over the course of 3 years. He had a healthy diet and normal testosterone levels, but his muscles weren't reacting. In his morning coffee, we gave him 4 grams of leucine to start. The change was striking. James acquired 6 pounds of lean muscle in just 8 weeks. He resumed playing golf 6 months later and joined a senior softball league. He was able to ascend stairs without gripping the railing after his leg strength grew by 41%. Research also supports these conclusions. A Japanese study that was published in the Journal of Nutrition actually tracked 145 persons over 70 for a full year. Walking speed improved by 34%, and muscle mass increased by 27% in the leucine-taking group. Most impressively, they demonstrated a 58% decrease in fall risk, which is essential for preserving independence as people age. The control group kept losing muscle at the usual annual rate of 3%. Coffee and leucine work together to produce special advantages that go beyond their separate impacts. The polyphenols in coffee improve the gut wall's ability to absorb leucine. Caffeine also improves blood flow to muscles, which makes it easier for leucine to reach the desired location. Studies that combine leucine and coffee yield better results than those that combine leucine and water, which can be explained by this synergy. According to recent studies, leucine inhibits protein degradation pathways, which not only helps muscles grow, but also keeps them from breaking down. It is especially effective for elderly persons who have both increased muscle breakdown and decreased muscle synthesis because of this dual action. According to research from the University of Texas, leucine supplementation decreased muscle breakdown indicators in persons over 65 by 32%. Ultimately, comprehending and refining these nutritional strategies will determine the future of sarcopenia treatment. Consistency and appropriate execution are crucial. For 1 month, start with creatine. For the 2nd month, add collagen peptides, and for the 3rd month, add leucine. This phased strategy optimizes the advantages of each supplement while allowing your body to adjust. Keep in mind that these powders function best when used in conjunction with resistance training and a sufficient intake of protein in general. The advantages of muscle strengthening can be enhanced by even basic bodyweight exercises or resistance bands. The objective is to preserve your strength and independence so that you can completely enjoy your golden years, not to become a bodybuilder. More years of active independent living are represented by each gram of muscle you maintain or regain. We'd like to hear from you now. Have you ever tried adding anything to your coffee, and how has muscle loss affected you? Which powder are you most eager to test out initially? Please leave your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. We enjoy listening to them. Thank you for viewing.